Hollywood Undead are becoming the next big act to spawn from the underground, and the 3-year battle to get their music out was actually a good thing. The band was one of Myspace's most popular unsigned bands, and when the Interscope record label first signed them, they did a deal with Myspace Music for the release of the Masked Men's first album. After Charlie Scene, Johnny Three Tears, and the rest of Hollywood Undead submitted the album, Myspace Music passed on it due to its graphic content. Hollywood Undead talked about sticking to their guns.
Yeah, we were never really signed directly to Myspace. It started off on Interscope, and then they wanted it to be released on sort of like an indie type label, so they went with Myspace just to release the album, and then they couldn't do it because of the censorship issues. And well, they wanted to release it. They weren't like, we can't release this. They're like, let's take these songs off and let's edit these and change your verses on some of these songs. And we just weren't willing to do that. And they wanted us to, and we said, no, not going to do it. And it took a year of waiting around, and we were thinking about just releasing it ourselves, and we weren't really sure what was going to happen. But A&M Octone came along, and they're a perfect label for us, and they've really done a good job.
They also gave their current label, A&M Octone, a lot of credit because when they inherited the project, they were already $1 million in the hole.
It wasn't a tough decision. I think mainly for A&M Octone it was a risk at that point because we were in debt. We had a huge signing bonus. We spent a ton of money recording for a while. So they had to take on this $1 million baby already. It was $1 million, not counting what they had to spend to get it out there. So that was their risk. And I don't think they ever doubted it. We met with the president and we continued these meetings. And then we kind of had an out because we met with Atlantic again, who we met with before Interscope. So they were kind of worried about us leaving the Universal umbrella altogether. So A&M Octone said, screw it, we'll take the gamble. And I think it's paid off for them. We're at over like 250,000 units now and climbing. So they were smart. Yeah. They're the ones stealing our money instead of Atlantic or any other label.
As of a few weeks ago, their new album, Swan Songs, was at 250,000 units sold, and many are expecting it to soar to over 500,000 units, good enough for gold status by the end of the spring. Hollywood Undead's latest single is Young, and it follows in the footsteps of the groundbreaking Undead.
We use the streets